Hello and welcome to AIRadio News Bulletin and Sport for this hour. I am Kawa. Conservation Society Sierra Leone, a non-governmental organization which advocates for the conservation of the country's environment and biodiversity, has joined the world in celebrating World Wildlife Week on the theme Wildlife Matters. The celebration was scheduled from Saturday 1st to Friday 7th October this year. Abdullahi Dauda is the Biodiversity Officer 2 at the Conservation Society Sierra Leone. During a hike to Takugama Chimpanzee Sanctuary last Friday, he explained to this medium why this year's celebration was important to their organization. This is Wildlife Week and it is very important because we are trying to disseminate the significance of wildlife, how they are important to humans globally, and significance of the relationship they have with humans.
Wildlife all over the world, and this means we for show the importance of wildlife to especially the pikin where they come up, because now the generation now they at risk for no see so many of the wildlife the way they don't tag under the category of endangered species. So we take this opportunity for Canada Takugama Chimpanzee Sanctuary, we say and go able for see for themselves chimpanzees, as some of the already tell you saying that the first time this way then they see chimps.
At the sanctuary, the team was welcomed by Anne Varkate, the program manager, together with some of her staff members. Anne said the kids were the future leaders. It was wonderful that they were at the sanctuary. Speaking about the environment, she said, for the chimps, it is their home too. We find a home and we must learn to live together. The Director of Finance at the National Revenue Authority, Abdullahi Conte, has disclosed NRA's plan to implement new government tax and austerity measures to increase revenue collection, while the thrust of government's austerity plan centers on cutting spending on local and overseas trips, seminars and workshops, fuel allocation, procurement of vehicles and office furniture, and vehicle maintenance, among others. Specific tax reform measures were also announced. These are collection of outstanding tax arrears, reduction of discretionary waivers, rationalization of statutory waivers, and transfer of tax revenue by commercial banks within 24 hours. According to Abdullahi Conte, the task ahead of NRA has become more daunting than ever. Indeed, NRA will be expected to take on the biggest responsibility of generating revenue compared to other alternative sources. Mr. Conte said the authority is at present expected to collect the sum of 2.701 trillion loans, which even in a period of economic growth can be challenging given people's attitude to taxation. Vice Chancellor and Principal of the University of Sierra Leone, Professor Ekundayo Thompson, has told journalists that Sierra Leone would host the International Peace Research Association Conference this November. He made the above disclosure during a press conference at the IPRA Secretariat on Lamina Sanko Street in Freetown, adding that the conference will be jointly organized by the International Peace Research Association in collaboration with the University of Sierra Leone with a focus on peace research. Sierra Leone will be showcased by this conference, and we're expecting to receive some 600 delegates from across the world. Receiving 600 foreign nationals is a monumental task, but with a collective effort and support from partners, we hope that the event will go on peacefully, he said. He admitted that the University of Sierra Leone received a proposal to host the conference. It was hesitantly accepted as the task of hosting such an event was Herculean. He said a lot of work has been done behind the scene to ensure that the conference goes on smoothly. And now in sports. Former Vice President of the Sierra Leone National Cycling Association, Percy Nicholson, has been elected President of the association until 2020. Nicholson was elected as the new National Cycling Association President at the Presidential Lounge of the National Stadium after securing 54 votes as against his opponent Franklin Cold, who recorded 13 votes from the 72 delegates who cast their